Hello, my name is Deborah Jack, and today I'd like to review with you the new interface that KIK will be implementing very soon. When you come into the Vintara application to the home page, it will look quite a lot different than the old interface. One of the things you'll see is the navigation menu is over on the far left. Okay, but over to the far right under My Profile and Contact Admin and Logout, those are the options that you see. The My Profile link will take you to the area where you can change your password. The Contact Admin, of course, is the email that goes to support at KIK. And then the Logout area, the Logout link is where you would log out each day or each time you exit the application. To the far left, there is a back arrow. That back arrow is only used in the internet. It's not part of the Vintara application. And while navigating within the Vintara application, you do not exit screens by using the back arrow. You want to use the action menu, which gives you the choice of going back to the home page or accessing help. So the back arrow is not part of the application, and it is not used within the application itself. Looking at the navigation menu, you can see that there are many choices. These are the same choices that you're familiar with. They just look a little bit different. The My Activity is new to you. Let's go ahead and use the plus sign to drop that open. And you can see that there are a lot of views available. Overdue items, overdue cars. This activity or these tasks that are listed are accessible to you as an individual user, and what they are referring to are the usually the emails that you get in your Outlook. I suppose you're using Outlook, that remind you need to acknowledge a document. For example, the open acknowledgement is where you would see those acknowledgments that have not yet occurred, or that you have a car that you need to work on. There is a My Overdue Cars. Okay, so there are a lot of these tasks that are available to you, and you should pay attention to those. Sometimes you'll get an email and you'll think, oh, well, I'll take care of that later, and you don't. Always your views, your My Activity views will remind you of what you have to do. The configuration, of course, is only available to the application administrator. So we're going to go ahead and close this up, and that is the My Activity. What I want to do now is open up the Document Center. The Document Center is similar to all the other centers in the way that the views work, and that is what we want to go over today in the new interface. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the Document Center by clicking on the little plus sign, and you can see that I've got several different things going on here. If you are a general user, you will definitely see the views with the choices below, and if you are a general, you probably will see the Create, which gives you the option to create new documents. The Configuration Center is not always available to general users. Primarily, it belongs to the administration or the application administrator. So let's go ahead and go into Issued Documents for just one moment. I'm going to click on that. The data will load, and it's telling me that it's loading the data. It might take just a second. And then what I see is the view for the Document Center Issued Documents. Over to the left, again, we have the little plus signs, and whenever I click on a plus sign, I have a lot of information in here. So I'm opening up several of the choices so we can see what's going on. Now, we want to use the views to our advantage, and we want to sort things maybe differently. Maybe today I'm very interested in who the owners are for the documents for this particular type of labeling specification. Going up to the column titles, on the far right you can see that there's a little down arrow. Okay, so I want to sort by owner today. I can click on the little down arrow and I can group by this field. If I choose group by this field and I'm in the owner column, what will happen is over to the far left, you see that it's changed now. It's alphabetical and it tells me the owner. Okay, so what I did is I used the views so that I could work better in the view. So if I wanted to see all of the documents that are owned by Lisette, I might use the little plus sign, and then I can capture just those documents that are owned by Lisette. Now, I might be looking at this and I might be thinking, you know, I really don't need all that information on the view itself. Let's go into any one of the columns and use the drop down. There's a choice that says columns, and all of these are all of the columns are checked. I can get rid of all of the columns that I'm not interested in seeing simply by dechecking them. Okay, so now all I have is owner and location. All right, and to put them back, excuse me, and of course to put them back, all you need to do is go back into the columns and check those. Okay, so be aware of that functionality. It comes in handy sometimes. The next thing that you want to be aware of is that when you're looking at the views themselves, you can drag and drop. Say the issue date. You want it in a different position. Maybe you're getting ready to export to Excel and you want to manipulate the data a little bit better. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. You can also adjust the columns so there's not so much information. Now, I may want to copy this information directly to Excel, and the way that you do that is you simply export to Excel. When you export to Excel, you click it, and it will give you the choice to export, and it will tell you that you can open with Excel, or it may give you the choice to copy to a clipboard. It depends on which browser you're using. So in either case, the data that you're looking at can be exported and copied to Excel simply by clicking the Export to Excel or Copy to Excel button here. Okay, so I'm going to close this up. You can see that the columns can be easily manipulated. You can see that you can sort, you can separate, remove, and implement columns as needed. You can group by the field. Showing in groups, it's checked, and it will default to the way that the application is set up. If I choose filter, filter is another way to single out. Once you've done a search using the search functionality and the information appears, you can filter out a little more. Say, for example, let's open up one of these documents here. I wanted to search just for one document, and the document, excuse me, click, and the document is 62QS. You can see it slowly trying to find this information. And finally, I'm down to the document without doing much more filtering. I'm down to the document that I want to see. Okay, let's look at the next idea. When you actually have your views in place and you've learned how to manipulate those and you know that you can copy to Excel, when you access a document, I'll double click this, you will see no changes in the documents themselves. They have not changed, okay? You will not see changes in the document. You will be able to use the action menu to do your work. Once you get into a document, if I choose the action, I can at that point create a new version here, create a new ECR, and show archived versions, comments. All of that's available up here in your action menu. Your help menu is always a choice from any of the action menus, or you can go home or exit the application. So this is where you will be working within the action menu. Again, the back arrow is not part of that. I know it looks like it is, but it's not. Don't use the back arrow to get in and out of Vintara. That will definitely give you some issues later. Use your action menu just right here to do what you need to do. Okay, so once you get the feel of it, you'll see that it's very easy to use. If you do have questions or you do have problems, of course, you can ask your application administrator. If there's any thing that she can't answer, we will help you with it. So at this time, I'd like to say congratulations on a new application look, and hopefully you'll do well. Thank you for your time. Bye.